Hey everybody, I'm outside today and I don't know what's going on with my view. There's no view back behind me. I think we got a little smoke in the area. But anyway, I'm still outside. Get my shirt all straightened out. I've got my purple cup of tea. Oh, and it's about 75 degrees, maybe close to 80. It's gorgeous out here. So join us for a little tea time joy. I have my flame azalea is blooming like crazy over there. I don't know if I can show it to you or not. I don't think it's going to show up. There's the wind chimes. It's right behind the wind chime. You see that little thing flapping in the wind? It's right behind there, and it's little orange blossoms. But it's not showing up too good. Let me try to get this straightened out. Wiggle things around. Anyway, get on in here. It's tea time and it's just lovely out. Sometimes that's all you need is a wind chime and something blooming and the smell of something in the air. I think it might be locust trees. My phone was about to fall out of the holder. So come on in. Can't see much of a view. See if I can tap on it and make it come out a little better. Nope, it's not working. But it is a bit hazy, and cloudy. So it is what it is, but it's still pretty out. Still a lovely day. I think I need some tea. I've been doing some research today on ways to help stop COVID. Yeah, lots of things people aren't talking about. Yeah, so I've been doing my research. 43 degrees in Calgary. Is that 43 Celsius or 43 Fahrenheit? If that's 43 Fahrenheit, that's Celsius, that's hot. Yeah, I've been noticing my friend Mike Morales he travels all over Missouri for his job, and he has been running into streams overflowing, all kinds of bad things all day long. And it's just been rough. He was hoping to get off early, but no, not gonna happen. Woo, I got sunbeam in my eyes. But it feels good, even though I can't see. It's like turning on the light in the middle of the night. It messes up your night vision. We got oak tassels everywhere. Everywhere. So we're going to have a good crop of acorns. And I think I have a dog right behind me. Tulip. Hey, Tulip. Tulip. The dog I'm calling is not in service at this time. Well, I think she's getting up. Tulip. There she is. You can see her a little bit. There she is. There's the tail wagging. You can be a lap puppy when you want to be, but she doesn't want to be very often. Only if I have a treat. I tell you what, sitting out in a sunbeam with a pet and a dog, you can just make your blood pressure drop right off. Just drop right off. Now that was a cool little breeze. I hear the crows coming. The crows are coming. Everybody's been missing Robert from Baltimore on our Facebook comment section. Now, if you share our videos, Liz is going to collect all your names and stuff and put them in a hat, and we're going to send you a surprise. I'm not telling you what it is, because it could be something different all the time. Yeah, get on in here. Anyway, I thought I'd tell you a story about one time we were in Utah. And Eric and his brother Ashton had taken us out to this lake. I think it was Pine Valley Lake. A little dammed up lake coming off of Pine Valley Mountain. And there was a pier out there. And while we were there, Eric said, he said, Marla, I'm going to turn you into a tree hugger and a tree smeller. So he took me over to this tree, and it was some kind of pine tree. And he said, I want you to stick your nose in there, and I want you to take a big breath. And it smelled just like vanilla flavoring. It was the most beautiful smell I had ever taken up into my nostrils. And he said, you're going to smell every tree from now on, hoping to catch that smell again. And it was just kind of fun. But there was this family, a large family, down on the pier. And we walked down to they had a little pier. It was like a big square. And they were having a picnic lunch on the pier. And it was like 8 kids and 2 adults and a baby and a little 12-year-old. And we walk out on the pier, and the guy looks up at me, and I've got on my purple shirt. And my purple shirt has Fly Lady embroidered right here. And he said, do you do Fly Lady? And I thought Eric was just going to die laughing. And finally, Eric says, she is the Fly Lady. And the man said, you're the reason we get to travel all over the country with our kids. He was a nurse who would go into hospitals that had vacancies. This was a long time ago, before COVID. And he would fill in vacancies and come in for 6 weeks to help out. And he had a 23-foot travel trailer. Why I remember this stuff, I don't know. 23-foot travel trailer and 8 kids. And they were homeschooling and seeing this country, and the kids were learning so much, and it was just amazing that they could do that. And they could do it because they stayed organized. They didn't have a lot of clutter to mess with. They had their schooling stuff. He had his work stuff, and his wife took care of the homeschooling. And it was wonderful. But he said it was because of Fly Lady. And they did all the work, not me. They kept organizing. I wasn't there doing anything for them. So folks, life is good. You never know who you're going to touch with your kindness or what you're going to do. But it does help people all along the way if you will just do what God has put on your heart to do. It works. It really does. Oh, it is nice out here. Got some little wind chimes. My big wind chime is blowing because the wind is coming from the south. I have a sleepy dog. She's just all sprawled out in the peanut hulls, and the back deck is a mess right now. Oh, this is good weather for being out on the porch. Taking in an afternoon breeze. And a sunbeam. Listening to the wind chimes. Do I have a favorite book? Right now, some of my favorite books are Scott Adams books. How to Fail at Almost Everything and Still Win Big. I downloaded his audio version to that one yesterday because when he wrote that book, he had no voice. He was without a voice for 3.5 years. And then he had this experimental surgery and it worked. And he could not read the audio book like I couldn't read my audio book last year because of COVID. I was not going to travel. And he could not read the book at the time it was published. So it came on sale yesterday and I purchased it for the I can't wait to listen to it with his voice. Maybe I'll get to do the book in my voice, although I've done it in my voice, but I wasn't happy with the recording. Wasn't happy with my voice in the recording because I'm not a good reader. Oh, that tea is just right, just the right temperature. Anyway, what are y'all doing for date night tonight? Now, I need your help. I need you to give me a thumbs up and to share our videos. Do I have a favorite tree? Somebody's asking me some questions on YouTube. Favorite tree? I like a sassafras tree. And it's just a little shrub. And I remember my grandfather used to make sassafras tree out of the roots. But a sassafras tree has 3 different types of leaves on the tree. And those leaves, they have one that's just a regular little oval leaf. And they have one that is, Robert cut my little sassafras that was out by our bedroom window that I looked at every night. He cut it down not knowing that I love that tree. So maybe it'll grow back. But it has 3 different types of. One of them looks like a mitten, and the other one I think has another leaf over here. But I'd have to look it up to tell you exactly. But it's my favorite tree. Do YouTube karaoke at home? How cool is that? So that's what somebody's doing for family fun or date night. Elaine says she has sassafras trees on her property. So if you share on YouTube, you have to copy the link and you have to share it in your social media platforms. So if you share it, say I shared on Pinterest or I shared on Instagram or I shared on Facebook or Twitter or wherever you shared. Yeah, that's my big wind chime. Well, it takes a lot of wind for it to ring. Wind chimes are good for keeping evil spirits away too. I do not read books by that person, somebody asked in Facebook. Elizabeth makes a sassafras tea all the time. Tell us how to make sassafras tea. I would love to know. Oh, I have a Japanese maple. I love my Japanese maple. It's out front. But that's not a native tree here, so I didn't think about a cultivar being planted. My flame azalea right over there is native. It was born on this property. Facebook tells us you shared. YouTube does not tell us that you have shared. So that's why on YouTube I want you to write down where you shared it. Because we're going to draw names out of a hat. Draw names out of a hat next Thursday. Well, Liz will probably do it on Wednesday night. Mimosa trees. I remember mimosa trees from my childhood. My Uncle JR had a mimosa tree down by the creek. And it was just beautiful. We don't have any mimosa trees here. So please share it because we're going to send you something special next week. Something special. You boil that's all you do is boil the root. Wow. My grandfather loved it. I don't even know what it tastes like anymore. I can't. Is it like sassafras, like root beer? That'll be interesting. I got lots of birds. Little pie-faced bird, we call it. Oh, you're kind of brave. Yeah, you are. We're going to be photobombed by some birds, y'all. They're complaining. There's Miss Tammy. Not much view today because of the haze. You're not happy, are you? Any God breezes lately? You know, you just have to watch for them. They happen all the time. This morning, I mean, I had a good God breeze this morning. Yesterday I was trying to figure out how to get super chat emojis and stuff on YouTube, and I couldn't figure it out. And this morning there's a button to click. I get this notification and there's a button to click. And I'm trying to get 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. That'll be fun. I remember when we just had 12,000. There's lots of good videos on YouTube. Yeah, I've been researching alternative cures for COVID and how to prepare for not getting it. Because I'm not taking the you know what. Not going to take that. Anyway, it's a beautiful day. One of my podcasters that I like to listen to, his father got sent to the hospital and they gave him the you know what while he was in the hospital. And it's just broke his dad's heart. And his son's heart. I know for a fact that I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm standing my ground for religious reasons. I stay isolated As Robert told our neighbor the other day, she doesn't go anywhere. I stay home. And I can do that. Now, Sister Patty's on her way. She's probably there already. She's flying into South Bend, Indiana. We used to live up there. And she's flying into South Bend, Indiana. And her stepson David is graduating from Notre Dame this weekend. Graduating from Notre Dame with a master's degree in finance, I think it is. And he's an engineer. So he got a master's degree in something entirely different. But he's a smart kid. Smart kid. His dad's a banker. What is that behind me? Yeehaw. Anyway, folks. Well, that's what I've been researching, y'all. Alternative ways to stay safe. Because right now, Tanzania's blowing up with it. Poor Esther. Her whole family's got pneumonia. It's just terrible. So say a prayer for Esther and her family. 5 kids. She has talked to her doctor about getting this one medication. He said, yeah, that stuff really works. And they have it in pill form there, but it's real expensive. But he said he would give her a deal on it. But it's really cheap here. So y'all check it out. It starts with an I. That's all I can say, or they'll block my video. But you can buy the stuff in at Tractor Supply here. Anyway, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. So, folks, do your own research. Check things out. This drug, the guy who figured it out won a Nobel Prize in 2015. And it's not iodine. It is not iodine. So do a search on YouTube for alternative COVID medications. That's all you got to do. Somebody says they have it for their goats and horses too. Yep. You can buy it at Tractor Supply for your horses. It's a worming medication. Horse worming medication. There's lots of videos on YouTube. Anyway, folks, I can't say the word here. I will get blocked. So I'm not doing that. But you're smart people. I know how smart you are. Because look at all the things y'all come up with to use purple rags for. And the rubber scrubber. And it's administered by weight. So it's a graduated little tube that has a little circular thing that you slide down, and you have to weigh before you take it. And then you mix it with some yogurt or something and get it down. Some people mix it with peanut butter, other people mix it with yogurt. My sister Dina mixed it with chocolate pudding and she loved it. I'm saying it works for COVID. I'm not saying you have worms. I'm saying it works for COVID. And I've been researching all morning different studies and people who have had these are doctors. And this medicine's been around for 40 years. Since the mid 70s. So it's good for what ails you. And if it keeps the COVID virus from duplicating, more power to it. But then I heard another study today that if you're on antidepressant medication, it stops it from replicating too. That there had been a hospital, a mental hospital, where a lot of the patients were on Prozac or Prozac type drugs, and the doctors and nurses got sick. Patients didn't get sick, and they couldn't figure out why. So do your research. Do what you think is best, but I'm not taking the jab. Not going to happen. Anyway, folks, we've been out here long enough. It's pleasant out here. I love you all. Y'all be good, kind, and sweet. Do a good deed today. Plan something for date night. And I'll be back on here tomorrow morning. See you later.